And we also asked State Representative Joe Moody, Vice Chair of the Investigative House Committee on the Robb Elementary School shooting, about the status of the law enforcement officers who were in Uvalde that day. You know, we have received reports that a handful of the officers who were there that day have either taken retirement packages or resigned. What can you tell us about the status of the others? Are they on the streets working today?
I don't have that information. I do know that both DPS and the Uvalde Police Department have begun an internal investigation into the conduct of their officers on that day. And I think that is an important first step. I don't think it is the last step to take, but the families were very clear when we met with them. Accountability is a big part of this for them as part of their process of moving forward. And so those two steps are important. You also saw the school board in Uvalde met last night to talk about school security and things that they need to do to make sure that their teachers and their students feel as safe as possible. And so I'm glad those conversations are happening. And you know, those conversations don't just have to happen in Austin, but we're certainly going to have some of those. But this is a problem that is complex, and we're going to have multiple ways to address these failures.
You know, so you're saying you're not advised of that information. I will be frank, we've requested that information and have not heard back. Do you think people, though, have a right to know if those officers who many would say broke their oath to serve and protect by not going in to rescue those children, do people have a right to know if they're still out on the streets protecting the community?
Yeah, I think that absolutely should be something that you know, is for the community there. Something that they should be aware of. I know that the acting chief of the Uvalde Police Department on that day has since been put on, I believe, as administrative leave pending the investigation. The chief of police was not actually in town on that day. We do know that publicly Chief Arredondo has also been placed on leave after this incident. And so, yes, I think it is important particularly because going forward, law enforcement in the community they serve need to have a healthy relationship so that communities have the ability to remain safe. If there's no communication or connectivity between the two, that is not a good situation. And so, yes, as they go through those processes, I think it's important and important for the community to understand what exactly is going on with the law enforcement that serves their community.